On this episode of Delivering Marketing Joy, we talk with Johanna Gottlieb of Axis Promotions about why she's a rebel with a cause. Hey there, and welcome to another edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. I am your host, Kirby Hasseman, and it's my honor to welcome Johanna Gottlieb, who is a Senior Branding Associate with Axis Promotions. Johanna, thanks so much for joining me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. Excited.
Awesome. So in doing a little due diligence on this one, I was listening to a podcast that you were on recently with Mark Graham and Jason Lukash, and they called you a rebel. I love that. So why do you think that, they think that, or why are you considered a rebel?
Yeah, I mean, I laughed too at the term, and I joked on the Promo Kitchen podcast. You know, I'm known to drop an F-bomb every now and then, so that's a little rebellious. But I think more seriously, what makes us a rebel in this industry is we're not afraid to give our clients our opinions, and I think they listen, and I think that gives us a little bit more forward thinking. When we opened an office here 4 years ago, I was making a lot of cold calls and kind of taking rebellious moves to make the right connections. I think we were more of a disruptor in the area. We were looking at clients and approaching clients in a very different way other suppliers here were. We would go to them and meet with them and show them hard case studies and show them fun examples. And we weren't saying, here's the catalog, pick an item, we're here now, we want to work with you. We were kind of pushing them to think outside the box. And so I feel like that disruptive behavior kind of points me as a rebel, and that's cool with me.
Yeah, there are worse things to be called, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So one of the things I've said, and I say it to my team, and certainly I've said it in other content, is I think the job of a consultant in our industry, and it sounds like you kind of agree, is to help companies think differently about their marketing. How do you go about that? How do you get them to elevate their thinking?
Yeah, I mean, that approach isn't for every client. There are clients that are, they want a certain item, they want you to procure that item, and that's okay. But I think, yes, you and I are considered consultants in the way that our clients feel like we're the experts in this, all things promo, and we love that. So, when a vendor sends a proof to us, and there's two examples, we make sure to go back and say, I love option 2 because, and this way our clients know we have an opinion. I kind of rely on us. So they can get informed and say to their boss, I think option 2 looks good because of this. So I think they're kind of turning to us for opinions. It sounds very cheesy, but we are constantly looking at trends and bringing that information to our clients. So I think because our corporate office in Manhattan, we have a little bit more of an edge, and we've done actual trend work in fashion and brought those types of reports to our clients. So, believe it or not, it sounds unrelated, but if TMS orange is hot on the runway in spring, somehow orange ends up in promo world. And we've brought those facts to our clients and talked to them about colors that work and apparel that works and styles that work. So whether it's apparel or colors, we bring that information to our clients. I think one thing I know I try to remind clients a lot of is that they wear 50 hats, and we're aware of that. I joke with them in meetings saying, I know your job isn't to buy promos all day. If it was, you would probably have a lot more fun with what you did. So let us be the experts for you. I say, we see vendors 3, 4, 5 times a week. We see product all the time. You probably don't. So let us be proactive and bring that to you. And I think all of that helps us be consultants.
Well, and partners, right? That's one of the things. And I love that you added some tactical things in there too about, just helping people, guiding people down the correct path. I think sometimes that's what sales is. People think it's like trying to convince them to do something. It's really about guiding them where they already need to go.
Agreed. I think, they just turn to us. I think it's important for them to remember that we're partners, and I think everyone has this pitch, right? We want to be an extension of your marketing team. Well, if I'm doing mock-ups and sending you samples without you even asking me, it's like I'm sitting next to you and helping you come up with your marketing campaign. So I think we act on those actions.
Yeah. So the other thing, I was listening to the podcast, and it struck me that you sort of built a business while learning from other people, other pros in the industry. How do you think that helped you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think I'm still doing that. I constantly remind my husband, my daughter, my friends, my colleagues that I learn something new every day. So I'm still building a business. I've been very fortunate with that. I was hired to work for 2 account managers that were very knowledgeable, and really lucky to actually start working under Larry Cohen, who's the owner of Axis, and learning so much from them, open door policies. I asked lots of questions that first year, that learning curve year. And then, Larry was traveling, so I would go to Tara Koppel, Lisa Pine, Larry Alford, people in our industry that are very known in our office, Joan, Bluster, and Landorf, and I would either ask them questions on how to approach things, or I'd say, hey, can I jump in on that meeting with you? Do you mind if I tag along? And what I would do is learn a lot about the way that they probed their clients, the way that they asked questions, the way they sat back and shut up and listened, the way that they showed samples, the way they didn't show samples. And I kind of took a little bit from everyone. On an even larger scale, Axis is part of PeerNet, which is a buying group with 35 companies. And so through all my years at Axis, I've been really fortunate to connect with some higher ups at PeerNet. So whether it's Bob Lilly, who I've met and seen at industry events, I know I can ask them questions if needed. And then on even a broader scale, I think these webinars and these podcasts all around us are wonderful. I've learned so much through Promo Kitchen, through people I may never have the chance to meet or meet at a show one day. So whether it's Brittany from Snugs or Dave Nicholson or Mark Graham or you, I'm learning lots from different people and how they started their business and the struggles they've overcome, and I take that all in.
Yeah, one of the things that you kind of mentioned there that I think that I really try and work on is, like, you want to learn from all those people, but you can't become them. You need to take little pieces of them and incorporate it into who you are as a professional, if that makes sense. So I really like that. And the idea of constant learning, I mean, my team knows I'm constantly reading, constantly trying to consume and get better. I think that's super great advice. Well, hey, you have answered my 3 questions, and I give everybody a chance to ask me one question. Do you have one for me?
I do, and I'm not going to ask you when you sleep, because that's a constant, or how you do it all, because that's a constant question. So I'm going to ask you, you wear a lot of hats, so author, podcaster, business owner, on top of being a father, a husband, I'm sure a brother. Out of all your professional roles, what was the most challenging thing in all of them and most rewarding? So 2 questions.
No, that's a really good question. So for me, I think sales, marketing, content creation, that sort of stuff comes pretty naturally to me. I enjoy it, and so it doesn't burn a lot of mental calories for me. The finance side of the business is harder for me. It's more challenging for me. And so that's a piece that I've really tried to grow on, and I'm definitely still working to grow on. But I think that would be the thing that's most challenging for me, and I'm getting better, but I've got a lot to learn and a lot of room to grow. And then probably the most rewarding is just seeing other people on the team grow. We're getting ready to have a sales meeting, staff meeting. And that's one of the things that I am going to challenge myself for the rest of the year is how do I become a better mentor, a better leader for the people who are working with me. And so it's rewarding to see it when that actually comes to fruition. And so that's probably it.
Well said.
Cool. Well, Johanna, thank you so much for taking the time. We'll have to do it again.
Thank you. This is an honor.
All right, cool.
Yes, for sure. Have a great day. Thank you.
All right, and that's going to wrap up another edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, but wait! Can you do me a favor? Please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done it already, the way to do it's right over here. And hey, if you want to watch the last episode, check that out over here. Again, before you leave, subscribe!